Last APC primaries, local council primaries at Wale Balogun that resulted in so many events happening that day. A lot of misgivings were given by people on fostering of candidates and the position of candidates. How do you think this will affect the chances of APC in the next election?
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, Nigeria has not evolved a political culture that is based on principles and well-cut ideology, so that at least you'll be able to differentiate Mr. A from B. We realize that our electoral politics is not, and even the campaigns are not issue-based. It is not where we discuss issues, but at least it is to through tantrums, blackmails, or whatever, and to induce the voters through material benefits. So that is why it is possible, and it is continuing to happen, for us to have the kind of primary that we had the last time. People will now troop into a winning party or a ruling party to achieve their political interests. And in such situations, we now see a do or die affair to take over the rest of government. The last crisis or skirmishes that happened, it's not unexpected. Given that the PDP and other opposition parties, they are more or less dead in Lagos today. And people assume that when you win the party ticket, you have already won the offices you are vying for, either you chairman or councillor. You know, that has been the problem. And maybe additionally, people don't have confidence in those choosing by the party leadership to undo that electoral process, that primary election. I think it's part of those problems that we have. Fortunately, we left the stadium before they started their fight, so we cannot really say who started this or that. But by and large, I think in future, party primaries should be more transparent, and not until the people own political parties. What we experience, we continue to experience, and string-bed fellows will continue to troop into the political parties, not in the interest of the mass of our people, but just for undue political advantage to share our collective patrimony. That's the essence now. When you fail in business, you're doing politics, so that at least you make money. And that is, you know, a lot of revelations on how they steal our money, bury our money, do everything. That is the focus of most of those people jostling for power, even now. You know, if you suffer for something, you will cherish and take good care of such things. They don't understand what. They don't have a clear vision of what they want to do. They don't have a template of how to save Nigeria. Most of them can barely analyze where we are going tomorrow. And you see, it's rather unfortunate to see that when you go to political meetings, party meetings or whatever, what they normally discuss is the Congo bag of rice were not distributed evenly. You don't see them discussing the state of affairs in their ward, in the local government, at the state level, what people are saying, what they are feeling about their party. So, you see, a party culture and tradition has not really evolved. The political party is supposed to be a medium to educate the people, to raise their consciousness on socio-economic and political issues surrounding them and affecting their life. So that it is only at that time that they will have a choice to choose. But even now, what do people choose from? Nothing. A typical example is Yaba. or mainland. A group in the last 18 years or 22 years, a group has been loading it over the residents of Yaba community and mainland as a whole. They continue to recycle some, their bootlickers, people in their ranks. And that is why you can, from mainland to Yaba, if you ask the councillors, there is no law. Their duty is to make bylaws. At the state level, legislature is to make edict. At the national level, they call it Act of Parliament. Yeah? But there is no law they are making. Apart from executive bills, when they pass budget at local level, there is no law they are making. So these are people that inept. These are people that are bereft of ideas. These are people that lack vision to advance the immediate community. And these are people that unfortunately parade themselves as leaders. So that is the situation we are trying to address. And that is why we embark on serious sensitization. And that is why it is very easy for us to win most of the people behind us. Though they were fighting through, they were kicking. They were fighting because they were fighting a lost battle. They see my intervention and my coming into the fray as they knew that it sounded death knell of the rotten order that they represented. And that's why our popular something is power is responsibility. We are going to government because we want to serve the people. It is not, we are not using it or saying it or see it as a slogan, that such things have become. It is not a mere phraseology, just to bamboozle or confuse the people to support us. We are consciously saying it. And that is why I represent the hope of an average mainlander. And it is the fear of those who have been loading it over them, those who have been looting the treasury. They fear it. No, I don't have any something to, I don't want to get myself involved in any distraction of proving any idiot. My own is, I have an agenda, 5 agenda, that I want to implement in 4 years.
Finally, if you eventually change the chairmanship of LCDA, what legacy do you want to leave behind after 4 years? What do you want to be remembered for?
I would like to be remembered for laying a solid foundation for the socio-economic and political advancement, for the socio-economic advancement of Yaba. I would like to be remembered for a situation by an average youth in mainland are so conscious and enlightened to the extent that those who have nothing upstairs will ever dare to come out to rule them again. That would be the best for me. Because the mainland is supposed to be an enlightened community. Because most of the agitations that led to the liberation of independence of Nigeria were engineered, organized, coordinated in that our environment. So it would be very bad for us to now degenerate to the extent that those who have failed mainland since 1991, imagine some of them were saying that they have been part of government since 1991, and they are just in for chairman today. Some have been around 13 years ago, 15 years ago. One was telling them that, okay, he was telling at the debate, one was saying that at least he will invite Dangote to come and invest, and he will write a Donald Trump. They were capitalizing on the gullibility, and maybe they realize that most of the voters are naive, so they are capitalizing on that to just say all manner of rubbish. So my legacy will be to lay a solid foundation for Yaba and mainland in extension. That if you don't have a very clear vision, a well-articulated program and perspective, you won't dare to come out that you want to rule or you want to lead our community. That would be what I want to say, because the focus is to develop the human mind.